Hey guys, Game Master here, and today we are doing my updated Mitsurugi deck profile. Mitsurugi is one of the meta contenders at the minute, even though it's not being represented as a solo deck. It's mainly being played Mitsurugi Yumi, but I actually prefer playing the pure version. So without further ado, we'll get on to the deck profile. And we'll also do a combo tutorial with a test hand. So starting off, we play 3 Lamia. So on normal or special summon, you can search for 1 level 8 reptile monster from your deck and add it to your hand. So it's basically Ash target. It's an Ash target. Your opponent's probably thinking, oh, he doesn't have the Habakiri in hand if you're opening with this. But with the amount of search that you have in this deck, it's really just an Ash target. I know a lot of people aren't playing this at the minute, but I think right now it's worth playing. I play 3 Habakiri. Habakiri on you can, if you reveal this card in your hand, you can special summon 1 monster from your deck and then tribute 1 card. So because you can dodge stuff like Imperm, Veiler, which Imperm's not really playing that well in the meta at the minute. And then if it's tributed, you get to search a card and then special summon it from the graveyard. I play 2 copies of Murakumo. Murakumo, you can, on field, it's a semi-omni negate, so, but because your opponent can respond to this effect by discarding the card to negate this effect. But then if you tribute it, you can basically search a card and then special summon itself from the graveyard, and then on special summon you can Raigeki your opponent's field, but that part of the effect is once per turn. The whole search effect is also once per turn on all of the rituals. I then play the 1 copy of Futsu. When your opponent special summons, you can special summon 1 Mitsurugi monster from the graveyard. And then if it's tributed, you get to search. I only played 2 Aramasa. You only really want to play 2 because it's a brick, or yes, it's a on normal or special or when it's tributed, you get to search for any Mitsurugi card, but you've got so many different options to search out the rituals. You don't really need this card, well, Mitsurugi monster. So, but you don't really want to use that effect. You don't really want to be normal summoning this card. You play the 1 Sagi. Sagi, when it's normal, special or tributed, you can basically search for a Mitsurugi spell or trap card. And then Kusanagi, on normal, special or tribute, when it's tributed, you can add 1 Mitsurugi card from your graveyard back to your hand. So this allows you to get recursion, searches all your spells, and then this is search all your monsters, but it just depends on what you need and when you need it. And then I play the 1 Night Sword Serpent. Night Sword Serpent, when it's sent to the graveyard, so if you send it by Foolish Burial, if you mill it from a card effect like the Zombie Vampire, because you would play this in Orcus variants, you could just special summon this card out for free, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. But if it's used as an exceed material, it goes back to the graveyard because it's no longer classed as being on the field. Onto the Mitsurugi spells. I play 2 Mitsurugi Ritual. I feel like this is the perfect ratio for Mitsurugi Ritual. 3 was too much. If you're having to search a third Mitsurugi Ritual, you're already in a losing state. You've already lost the game, in my opinion. 2 is the perfect number. I play, obviously, 3 prayers. I don't know how this card didn't get hit on the emergency ban list. I'm glad it didn't, because on normal or special, so you can activate this card, and if you tribute a monster, a reptile, you can basically use both effects in sequence. So the first effect is you search a card, and then the second effect is you can pay 800 life points to special summon one Mitsurugi from the graveyard, but it can't attack. More consistency cards. 3 pre-preparation of rites. It's basically a +1 for any good ritual deck that can use this card. Because we're playing the 3 pre-preps, you've got to play the 1 brick, the 1 mirror. Now you can return this back to your deck, which will turn other copies of pre-preparation of rites back on. Because if this is not in your graveyard and you don't have a way, this basically becomes a dead pre-prep becomes a dead card. Main deck Magatama. I just feel like having back row removal or card spot removal is important in the deck. And then onto the hand traps and non-engine. I play 3 through a loss. Through a loss is basically maxi but weakened, because basically you can discard this card every time your opponent summons from the deck or the extra deck. You draw 1 card. So it depends on how you're playing. It depends on what deck your opponent's playing. Unless they have the Ash, they're either ending on a suboptimal board, or they are basically giving you a lot of cards. But at the end of the turn, depending on how many cards your opponent has on the field, you have to shuffle so you have that level of card, that equal amount of cards in your hand. But 9 times out of 10, you're not shuffling anything back into your deck. I play 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring in the main deck. Now, this was Perulia, but at the moment, Perulia is not the best card in the world. It might see more play in the next format, well, I'm not sure. But at the minute, Ash Blossom just hits every deck right now. It's generically good, so... Three Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. It hurts the mirror match. It hurts Orcust. Even though Orcust isn't seeing much play, because obviously it's been power crept so much so. Because basically Europe never got the Orcust cards when we were meant to in June. The set got pushed back. So, but it's there for, it hurts rogue decks. It does hurt some of the meta decks at the moment. So it's just all around a good card. The 1 copy of Nibiru. Why wouldn't you be playing Nibiru when you can search it? 3 Dominus Impulse. You're playing a Nyan or Dark set, so Dominus Impulse is a must include. And then the final 3 cards that I play is 2 Pot of Extravagance and the 1 Call by the Grave. Pot of Extravagance is in here for consistency, and Call by the Grave is to get rid of, because Droll's still in the format right now, getting rid of Droll, Call by the Droll is a good thing to be doing. So 40 card main deck. Onto the extra deck, I played 2 copies of Dynamundo. I'm only playing 2 copies because I'm playing the Pot of Extravagance build, not the other builds. That there are other builds out there, but if I weren't playing the Pot of Extravagance build, you could get away with only running 1 Dynamundo. And the same with the SP and the IP. Because I'm playing the Extravagance build, you don't want to be banishing both your only 1 copy of this, so you're playing 2 of each, just so you can get, so you've got a smaller chance of banishing it. I then play the 1 copy of Dark. You don't mind banishing this. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. It's only really in here for link climbing into this card, Bowl Sword. That's the links. Onto the Exceeds. I played 2 Gallant Granite. Again, playing 2 for the Pot of Extravagance is, I think, mandatory. But if you aren't playing the Extravagance build, then you could get away with only running the 1. I then play the 1 Tornado Dragon, back row removal. I play 1 Digares and 1 copy of Baguska. I'm not gonna show this card yet because it'll be you'll see the reasoning behind this card after I do the side deck. So in the side deck, I play that other 2 copies of Nibiru. So if you're going second, you want to see this as much as possible, and you won't be going into Gallant Granite. So you want to see this as much as possible. I then play 1 Wusu and the 1 Purification. Wusu is basically a kaiju, and Purification is an Omni Negate if you tribute a reptile monster. Now, I'm always backwards and forwards with Magatama in the main and Purification in the main. At the moment in time, I think Purification is better. Siding 3 Droll. Now, this could come into the main. This could be main decked and taken out Ash, or it could be taken out for Bell. It just depends on the format. But I think having Droll inside is a very good option at the moment. The 1 Triple Tactics Talent. Now, this card and Call by the Grave at the moment are always backwards and forwards. Now, normally it would be talents to draw into more engine if I'm going second or I'm trying to get to certain cards. But also, if I want to OTK someone, this will come in. I then play 3 Triple Tactics Thrusts. Now, these last 4 cards are all both searchable with this card. You can set it going first. Then I play the 1 Eradicator Epidemic Virus. You use this alongside Murakumo, your calling spells, you've just taken out probably, what, 80% of your opponent's starting hand. And then now basically they're playing with basically one or two cards. And then the final cards I play is the 3 Harpy's Featherstorm. You would side this in going into game 2. Hope to, if you're going first, to ensure that you get to a game 3. And then Castell, as it's a winged beast card. So Castell turns this live, which means your opponent's monster effects are all going to be turned off. So 40 card main deck, 15 side, 15 extra deck. Okay, we're going to do a quick power shuffle and a power shuffle. And we'll do a test hand. Imaginary opponent will cut the deck. And we'll do a test hand. Aramasa. Oh. Lamia. Through an impulse. So this is the option. With this type of hand, it's not the best, but you would normal summon Lamia, activate effect to search. And you would add Habakiri. Let's just say your opponent doesn't have draw in hand. You would reveal the Habakiri in hand to special summon and then tribute. So special summon and then tribute. And then effect to add ritual. You would activate the ritual, tribute summon from the hand by tributing from the deck. So you will tribute Kusanagi, and you would also tribute Night Sword Serpent. Which would allow you to summon the Habakiri. We have chanting 1, and then this goes to the graveyard. So we have chanting 1 Kusanagi, chanting 2 Night Sword Serpent. So this would special summon itself, and then this will get added back to your hand. You would then overlay these two into Gallant Granite, and then you would activate effect and search for the Nibiru, which was conveniently on the bottom of the deck. You would activate the ritual, tribute from the field to summon from the deck. which would be him. Then this goes to the graveyard. Activate effect to search. So you would search this. And then special summon. You would then activate prayers. Tribute the Murakumo. To search. What do you want to search? For the Futsu. And then you would special summon Saji. And then effect. It would search you a card, so we'll search mirror. Unfortunately, with this hand, you would have had to search the mirror and then special summon it. Activate Mitsurugi mirror. Tribute these two to summon big guy in defense mode. Effect is to search a ritual monster, a monster. It's very rare that you would open two Aramasters. Now you would link two into Dynamundo. We'll place it there. And then you would link these two off. Into an IP Masquerena. You would set a card face down. And it's your opponent's turn. So you've got a tribute to Dynamundo to special summon one of your rituals. Your opponent special summons something, you can special summon a Mitsurugi monster. IP into an SP plus a Dominus Impulse in your face down on the field. So you've got one, and then you can bring this back. With the hand that I had, normally you would want to be searching the prayers for a second copy of prayers to get into rotation, because then you can link the card that you summon off of prayers off with the IP Masquerena to go into SP Little Knight. That's the end of the deck profile and the combo tutorial. I hope this helps. I will shout out to my Twitch channel, GameMeister1991, where I mainly stream Master Duel, but I'm considering streaming Grand Theft Auto online in the coming weeks. So if you fancy watching me and my mates do some missions, there you can. That's where you can go and watch. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.